This here is the life of one Elias Kirithi Gichuki aka Sniper, a notorious gangster from Nyeri who robbed a bank, a church and killed a chief, a police officer and several civilians. Elias Kirithi was born at Kamakwa village in Tetu Hills of Nyeri County. Kamakwa is a village in the outskirts of Nyeri town. The hills of Tetu have also produced legendary gangsters of the 90s and early 2000s including Washosho and Wanogo. As a young boy, Sniper grew up listening to the tales of the notorious gangsters. He idolized Wanogo and at an early age began aspiring to be like him. After school, he moved to Majengo slum in Nyeri town. It was at Majengo that his career as a thief began. He slowly began as a petty thief, stealing to make ends meet. However, his ambitions remained steady. He would shortly meet his destiny connector in 2015. It was none other than Paul Duita. Duita was a skilled and an experienced gangster who had succeeded in several robbery attempts. Duita invited Sniper to a robbery mission at Malewa Bush Ventures in Gilgil, Naivasha. At first, a Sniper was reluctant since he had never taken a mission of such magnitude. Duita, however, managed to convince him by telling him that his homeboy, Sammy Gichuki, better known as Sammy Boy, was also involved in the scheme. Sammy Boy was a gospel artist who had just risen to stardom with several hits. His songs were full of spirit and were a blessing to his listeners. Sniper was convinced that with Sammy Boy the mission would be a sure bet. There's no way a man of God was getting into shoddy business. On the 6th of August 2015, Sniper, Duita and other gangsters broke into the home of Malewa home director Christine Campbell. They were armed with an AK-47 rifle and other crude weapons. They tied everybody up, including Christine, her mother, her husband, 2 friends who had come to visit, and 3 domestic workers. They ransacked the house fearlessly for about 6 hours. They got away with phones, jewelry, electronics, and money of different currencies. They put the loot in one of the Prados belonging to Christine. All the victims were also bungled in a different Prado belonging to Christine's husband. They then drove off to Lunga. After driving for about 2 hours, they abandoned the victim and continued with their journey to Nairobi. What mattered the most was the loot in their possession. However, they shot and deflated the tires of the Prado before leaving. Their mission had been nothing but a success, as Duita had promised Sniper. They believed that Sammy Boy's prayers had actually worked. They were wrong. God does not support crime and torture of innocent persons. The following day, the stolen goods were traced at Kino, stashed in a blue van that Sammy Boy had hired from one Sammy Irungu, a car dealer at the area. Sammy Boy had lied to Irungu that he needed the car to travel up country for a mega concert. After the looted items were discovered, police intensified their manhunt for the miscreants. First to be arrested was Sammy Boy, the gospel artist and the provider of the getaway vehicle. He was taken to Gilgil police station and later remanded at Naivasha prison. Police moved with speed to arrest his accomplices who had remained at large. Within a week, all the goons were arrested and remanded at Naivasha prison. Sniper stayed in jail for more than 2 years as his family sought to raise the bail, which amounted to 1.2 million. At the prison, he met other gangsters who inspired him to go even harder. His stay at the prison would change his entire life. He would later be released in 2017, moving back home with new skills and strategies. In jail, he had learned of the importance and the ways of compromising the police and how that would make his criminal life smooth. He truly had all the information he would require for this new phase. On the 16th of June 2017, together with a friend, they robbed an M-Pesa shop at Mudavadi Market in Nyeri. His friend was however gunned down by the police. Luckily, it was Sniper who carried the loot. This was the first of the many times that Sniper would escape death by a whisker. After that robbery mission, he stayed low-key at his hideout in Majengo slum. It was at Majengo that he formed a gang comprising of thugs and rogue police officers. The role of the officers was to hire them weapons and compromise any efforts to trap the goons. They would also act as the informants, revealing all the plans by the county security team. The informants alerted Sniper of the immense security operation within the town of Nyeri, prompting him to move his operations to the local market of Kamakwa. Sniper and his gangs went ahead to give the residents of Kamakwa sleepless nights and restless days with terror of unprecedented measure. The terror on the innocent residents would even intensify in the early days of 2018. On February 20th, 2018, two of Sniper's gang members were lynched by an angry mob. This was after they unsuccessfully tried to snatch a handbag from a lady at the early morning hours of 5 a.m. Sniper was lucky yet again to cheat death like a certain president does to his people. However, his identity was now revealed to the public and to the police. The death of his two friends hurt him. He was really determined to revenge for their deaths. This ordeal inspired him to purchase his first gun. 2 weeks later, it was time to avenge for his friend's death. He shot dead 2 people who had participated in the lynching of his friends. This was to scare away anyone who would think about touching him or any of his goons. After these killings, he went again into hiding. In his hideout, he came up with a new plan. He resorted to carjacking since it was less risky as compared to robbery. On the 28th of April 2018, Sniper and his goons carjacked a social media user by the name General Waititu. Waititu shared his ordeal with the carjackers on Facebook, prompting a loud social media outcry about the menace. Members of the public used various social media platforms to condemn and call out the police for their inaction. Many believed that the police were part of the syndicate terrorizing the residents of Nyeri and its environs. On 1st May 2018, 3 police officers were transferred in a bid to boost security in the area. Surveillance was now increased to curb carjacking incidences. This prompted a Sniper to change plan. His new target was the AIPCA church. On 3rd July 2018, a Sniper led a robbery mission and made away with more than 1 million shillings from the church. He decided to bless himself with the tithes and the offering of the believers. This raid had left him with a millionaire status. It inspired him to go even harder, imagining how rich he would soon become if he ran more successful robberies. 3 days later, Sniper organized yet another robbery mission. This time, the victim was one Simon Bugwa Kihihia. They attacked him at his butchery, hoping to make away with this day's proceedings. Luckily or otherwise, he had no money on him, and so they had nothing to take. They resorted to shooting him dead since they knew he would reveal their identities to the police. The death of Simon Bugwa intensified investigations by the police. Nyeri was becoming uninhabitable and something needed to be done. Intelligence had it that the assailants hailed from Kamakwa. The detectives therefore decided to engage the area chief of Kamakwa village in hastening surveillance and tracking down the miscreants. Detectives visited the home of the area chief, one Peter Committee, on 26th July 2018. They had a lengthy meeting concerning security enforcement in the area, and the chief promised to help in supporting the efforts to stabilize security in the area. Unknown to him was what would befall him later in the day. After the detectives left, Peter continued with his normal daily life, attending to his subjects and retreating to his farm in the evening. In the evening, at around 6 p.m., as Peter was in the farm, Sniper and his goons stand up and shot him 10 times, killing him on the spot. This killing got to the nerves of high-ranking security officials in the country. The then Cabinet Secretary for Internal Security, Fred Matiang'i, and Inspector General of Police, Boynet, sent a stern warning to the perpetrators. Matiang'i, Kibicho, and Boynet would attend the burial and ensure Nyeri residents of their plans to ensure safety and security in the area. On the 3rd of August 2018, police raided Majengo slum to flush out the thugs. One thug was killed in the scuffle, a sniper and others escaped. God had given him yet another chance to change, but he was not interested in living a boring and unordinary life like the rest of us. On the 21st of August 2018, together with these goons, Sniper raided the home of Nyeri County Assembly Speaker Peter Kagushia. Luckily, Kagushia and his family had traveled to Nairobi the previous day for a TV interview at Inoro Studios. After the incident, they went into hiding. 3 of the goons went to Kanyagia near Muiga, where they disguised as Shamba boys. The local residents, however, grew suspicious and set them up with the police. They were ambushed on September 3rd, 2018. The 3 of them were killed after declining to surrender to the police. An AK-47 rifle believed to have been used in killing of Chief Committee was recovered. After his colleagues were killed, Sniper went deeper into hiding. Police asked all the goons to surrender in amnesty. On 22nd October 2018, 2 of the goons surrendered, Mrefu and Kang'ethe. This, however, did not sit well with Sniper, who felt betrayed by his boys. He swore to teach them a lesson. He sent goons posing as police officers to arrest Mrefu at his shop. They later killed him by cutting his body into pieces and stashing it into a sack. His remains were later discovered at Kuria Dam. His wife believed that Mrefu was killed by the police. The police were now blamed of extrajudicial killing, while they clearly had no hand in the death of Mrefu. The local security officials were disturbed by this killing and swore to get hold of Sniper. To Sniper, the death of Mrefu was like a warning to all his accomplices that whoever snitches gets stitches. Sniper, while still in his hideout, came up with another plan. This time, the idea was to break into people's houses, as many had traveled up country for Christmas holiday. Throughout the Christmas holiday season, a Sniper, together with his goons, continuously broke into people's houses, stealing electronics and other valuables. On 29th December 2018, a police raided Majengo slum in Nyeri. They arrested more than 100 goons in connection to the stealings. Among those arrested were rogue police officers. Sniper escaped the dragnet. On 30th January 2019, he masterminded another robbery, this time at Chania Tavern along Nyeri Kigogo Road, and sent his goons. The robbery was a success, but all goons were arrested the following day after a sniffer dog traced them to their hideout. In their hideout, they continued to drink the booze they had stolen from the joint. These thugs were so unprofessional. His drunk boys snitched on him, prompting his relocation to Juja town. At Juja, he continued his habits, thinking he was now invisible since he was away from his usual operational base. He masterminded another robbery at Lexo petrol station in Juja. Police were, however, on his case and monitoring all his moves. The robbery mission was a big flop. 5 of his boys were gunned down, but yet again God gave him another chance to repent and change his ways. After the failed mission in Juja, he immediately moved back to Nyeri. Nairobi and its environs were not friendly to upcoming thugs. On 30th April 2019, he masterminded the robbery of Equity Bank, Karatina branch, where they made away with more than 800,000. With this robbery, the police learned that Sniper was back in town, since his trademark AK-47 rifle was said to have been used in the raid. In Nyeri, Sniper was hiding at the houses of his many girlfriends. He would wake up in one house, take a shower in a different house, eat lunch in another house, and end his day in a different one. This made him invisible to the police. He would occasionally switch on his phone. That was his greatest undoing. Police tracked his phone signal to a certain house in Gangarithi in Nyeri town. They raided the house, but Sniper was nowhere to be seen. However, they found the owner of the house, a beautiful young lady who was one of the many babes Sniper was chewing. Police were, however, not interested in arresting the young lady for the crime of hiding a criminal. They offered not to arrest her provided she helped them track Sniper. She was also promised some money if the deal succeeded. Like Delilah, she plotted with the police to bring down Sniper. That's why I will always remind you to always check 7 days in a week to fear women. All this while, Sniper had moved back to Juja, but the town was hostile as the police were all over looking for him. In August, he got tired of hiding and decided to move back to Nyeri. He went ahead to attack an ATPU officer and stole his Seska pistol. The Seska was for his personal security since the AK-47 was too large for him to carry in public. With the new rifle, he felt untouchable. On 10th October 2019, he visited his babe's island shortly before proceeding to Kumamoto in Japan. He, however, had no idea that this was the last time he was visiting the coveted places of pleasure. After a steamy session, he disclosed to his babe his intentions to rob a bar owner of his gang and cash the following day. His babe would, however, sell him out to the police in the following morning. Some few minutes to 8 p.m., he pulled up in a motorbike for the mission, unaware that the police were on his case. Upon alighting from the motorbike, police made a move on him, prompting the rider to flee for his life, leaving Sniper alone. Since flight was not an option, he drew out his rifle and began engaging the officers in a gunfight. The exchange of fire lasted for about 20 minutes. He was sprayed with bullets as he attempted to reload his magazines. He died at a young age of 29 years. Tell your children and friends that crime does not pay. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more amazing stories.